Hey guys, here I am again. I set up the microphone to work inside the helmet on this video, but that didn't work, so you guys are stuck listening to the sweet sound of my broken English on a voiceover. So, what is the best way to learn how to wheelie and do all sorts of other stuff, and in general improving your street ride without breaking the bank? Well, I found out that the best way to learn to wheelie, slide, and how to position the body on a bike is to actually get a cheap dirt bike and get on it. Especially my wheelie game. I can pop a wheelie, but it was never a solid, balanced, controlled wheelie. Until I got myself a $1,300 dirt bike and started pretty much practicing. Obviously, on the street it's not legal to pop wheelies, at least in America. So you're not supposed to do it on public streets. The benefit with a dirt bike is that on dirt, well, it's okay. You know, you're not on public roads and you can pop all the wheelies you want. There is another component that comes into place, and that is the fact that if you flip a dirt bike, well, dust it off and off you go again. While if you flip your $15,000 motorcycle, street bike, well, it's gonna be expensive to fix, replace, or whatever. So that is one thing off your mind when you're popping wheelies. On top of that, the power to weight ratio on a dirt bike is very favorable, and not to talk about the gearing on a dirt bike. The rear sprocket is way bigger. That means it'll take way less power to get a dirt bike to go up to 12 o'clock than it does on a street bike. When you start riding a dirt bike, at first it's gonna feel awkward. You have no, well, at least I had no idea what I was doing. The only vehicle I ever took off-road before then was a Vespa, so I don't think that counts. But after a while you start getting into this mindset of losing grip in corners and sliding the rear tire and playing with the power to maintain the direction, and that comes back when you ride your street bike and you are on not so clean roads or riding in the rain. At that point you're not gonna freak out if your rear tire actually slides a little bit. So that's another great point on favor of a dirt bike. And as always, if you slide and put down the dirt bike, the bike is fine. Pull it up, dust it off, and go again. And trust me, I did lay this bike down multiple times, and nothing ever broke. Actually, the only thing was the handguards. So dust the handguards off and there I was again. If your main purpose is to improve your wheelie capability, with the dirt bike it's fairly easy. You don't even, depending on the size of the bike and depending on your size, you don't even need to clutch the bike up. When I started riding this bike, I used to use the clutch to pop the wheelie quite a bit. The result is, after 2 hours of me clutching on a clutch assembly that is almost 20 years old, that makes the clutch pretty hard, the result was that by the end of the day my hand was hurting, because obviously I'm clutching with 2 fingers, and that was it. Until I was like, what's gonna happen if instead of using the clutch I'm actually just gassing it up? And revelation, it's the bike will go up. It'll go up with absolutely no problem, and you don't have to. You don't strain your hand, and you can actually keep a nice grip on the handlebars. Another thing is, because I'm not worried about destroying a $15,000 motorcycle, I've been pushing the wheelies higher and higher, trying to get to that balance point. And the beautiful thing is, because the gearing is so short, yes, obviously cover the rear brake to push down in case you're about to flip. But on the dirt bike, as you release the gas, there is so much engine braking that the bike is coming down. So as long as you roll the throttle off, the bike is coming down. Another beautiful thing of dirt bike, it's not like an adventure bike or a big enduro bike, where you can get some dirt and you kind of need to stay on the trail, even if the trail is a single track trail. On a big adventure or enduro, you're better off by staying on the trail. I found out with the dirt bike, there's really no limit. I was like a wild pig coming out of the woods in some occasions, because I got off the trail unwillingly, I might say, and that turned out to be not such a big deal. You just gas it up, and with those big knobs, just like a wild pig, make your way through the bushes, and off you go again. So it's quite a bit of fun. It's just the freedom of pointing in one direction and saying, yeah, I'm gonna go that way, and off you go that way. So there are many pros, and like, for example, the first time you catch some air where you're a foot off the ground and it feels like you're 5-6 feet off the ground. It seems like you're flying through the air for an ungodly amount of time, while instead it's just a second, maybe two. But it's a very exhilarating sensation. And after a while, you actually learn to control the bike attitude when you're off the ground. Those are all things I had no idea. As I said, never done any off-roading with a dirt bike, so it's a lot of fun. But to cut it short, as you guys have seen in this video, that day I had a blast on this YZ426, and I really recommend getting a dirt bike. Insurance is cheap, registration is even cheaper, and you can get a good bike for $1,500 or less in good conditions. And if it's not in good conditions, they are so simple that you can fix it up yourself. One thing to be aware: get electric start. After it's better for tuning, it's better for starting it up, and unfortunately older bikes are all gonna be carbureted, but if you can get electric start and fuel injection, even better. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you all have a chance to get on a dirt bike and some experiencing a little bit of dirt. I think it's very beneficial, even if you just want to improve your street riding abilities. Other than that, if you like this video, if you love this video, subscribe. Actually, even if you don't love this video, subscribe, because the more subscribers I have, the better things I can do. I think this is gonna be it for the year. I'm gonna take a little bit of time off, so you guys enjoy the holidays, and I'll catch you up all next year.